Welcome, Brooke Lee Krugers. This is Mr. Gibbons, and I am a health and PE teacher, but I'm also a team leader. I'm one of the six team leaders for the different grade levels, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and we wanted to welcome you to our first town hall. So welcome back. You're probably now in your 4th day of virtual learning, your 5th day for the week, and it's different, right? So we got some updates for you that's really going to help you with the new online learning. What are we going to talk about today? We want to introduce you to our Lee Middle School principals, our team leaders, I'm one of them, and the counselors. We have some information that's really important for you that's going to help you, especially these first 2 weeks. We will learn our virtual schedule for the following week coming up. Not every week is the schedule the same, and we'll explain why in a little bit. And we may get to exploring some MyMCPS classroom tips. If we don't today, because today's town hall is only 30 minutes compared to an hour, that will be rolled into the next homeroom time that you will see coming up. We want to talk about our code of conduct. For those returning to school, you know that we have a Cougar code, and it's respectful, responsible, and ready to learn. So virtually, make sure you're logging in a little early before class. Make sure you are keeping that microphone off. I know it's kind of funny to like interrupt the teacher, but it kind of grows old after a while. It's not like in real person. So keep those microphones off, keep those videos on, and keep your fingers out of the chat unless the teacher says it's okay. So it's really hard because it's different virtually, and just follow those rules. Respectful, responsible, and ready to learn. Good job. Now, we wanted to tell you a little bit about our principal. This is our proud principal, Miss Hayden Williams. And here are some things about her. She loves the beach, and that is her happy place. She's actually jumped out of a plane. I just learned that, had no clue. And she spends a lot of time on fields because she has children who play different sports like soccer. Okay. We have another administrator, and they are Miss Peyton. And some things about Miss Peyton, she's our assistant principal, is she has a close friend who does like tarot card reading, and she does that every New Year's, and where it kind of like predicts the future, right? She's into that. She's a big Oreo lover, and she gets nauseous when she's watching someone brush their teeth, or like food eating competitions where they eat a lot of food all at once. And I kind of understand that. I'm not a big fan of both of those things. So that is Miss Peyton. She's our assistant principal. We have Miss Hayden Williams, the principal, Miss Peyton, the assistant principal, and we have one more assistant principal, Miss Hopkins. Miss Hopkins enjoys traveling the world, especially exotic places. She was selected for the girls' national cricket team and played basketball, and she was a point guard. And she is actually a Zumba instructor. And those are our three principals, Miss Hayden Williams, Miss Peyton, and then Miss Hopkins. So when you see them virtually, you see them in school when we go back, give them a big welcome. If you're in the 6th grade, you do have what we call team leaders. Those team leaders are Miss Greco. She's the math teacher. And that other one is me, Mr. Gibbons. I'm a PE and health teacher. What is a team leader? A team leader is a teacher who is a teacher, but they're also like the first person in charge to get you help. And we kind of work with guidance counselors. So virtually, if you don't know the schedule for the week, or you're not sure who to talk to about an issue you're having with a Chromebook or your schedule, you might want to see our emails there and send us an email about what you need help with. So that's what we do. We help you first before other teachers do. But I'm not saying don't ask teachers if you have questions. Please do. They can help you as well. School counselors for the 6th graders. We have two. We have Miss Fisher. She's for letters A through L. And then we have Miss Qureshi, who is letters M through Z. This is their faces. They have their own Zoom links. So if you need to speak with them, ask your teachers. We have access to their Zoom links, okay? And we can pass them on to you. 7th grade team leaders. The first one is Mr. Suggs. He's our world studies teacher. And then I obviously am the other team leader. I split my time between 6th and 7th grade. 8th grade team leaders, we have Miss Johnson and we have Mr. Fisher. Ms. Johnson is also a Spanish teacher, and Mr. Fisher is also our alternative teacher and our restorative justice coordinator, which you will start seeing next week, restorative circles. That's something you may remember from last year. If you don't, it's okay. It will be happening again this year virtually as well. And those school counselors for the 7th and 8th grade. Mr. Purdy is with the 7th graders. And then we have Mr. Rossini. He is with the 8th graders. Just like the 6th grade counselors, they have their own Zoom links. I believe they'll be in this presentation in just a little bit, but you can ask your teacher at any point. We have access to their Zoom links. The big focus today that we really want to pay attention to is our normal Zoom schedule. Typically, our Zooms, our live learning, virtual learning schedule looks like this. You got Monday through Friday, but Mondays and Thursdays, we know that there are periods 1 through 4. Okay, so if you look at Monday, you got period 1 through 4. Typically, on Mondays at the bottom and Thursdays in red here, we have a focused student support time and counseling. This is where you're either working individually on your own time, or you might get invitations from teachers to pull you into class where you can get extra support, make up on some assignments that you may have missed because maybe you missed the class lesson or you weren't available to make it that week. Or you can actually meet with the counselor for any concerns you have. If you are not in these focus support areas, you will know. People will reach out to you and give you their Zoom link to bring you in for help. If you're not in those, then you are working at your own individual time. Okay. Tuesdays and Fridays. Let's take a look at Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays and Fridays, the schedule is periods 5, followed by 6, 7, and then you'll notice that you'll see homeroom lessons on both days. So homeroom lessons on Tuesdays, we do social emotional learning. So starting next week, we'll be seeing some social emotional learning. And then Fridays, we usually do our community circles. More information will be coming about that soon. Also, at the end of Tuesdays and Thursdays, you see student individual work time and student counseling time. So this is where you'll be finishing your work on the week by yourself at your own pace. If you need to meet with a teacher or you need to meet with a counselor, you want to have that conversation with them to see if they can reach out to you and pull you at that time. Otherwise, you're working at your own pace. I really suggest on Tuesdays and Fridays, if you need to fix something with your schedule or you have questions, to reach out to your counselors in advance so they can help you with those things. Now let's take a look at Wednesdays. Wednesdays, our schedule is all self-paced that day. However, if you notice on the schedule, it says this thing, virtual check-ins that start at 10 o'clock. Now, these are teachers who are in their classrooms during these times. So they're actually in the Zoom link live. Period 1 starts from 10:05 to 10:25. We cannot make you go to this. However, it is a check-in to make sure you have what you need for the week to be learning at your own pace. So if you missed a class and you think you have an assignment due, or you want to see if you have an assignment due, you actually want to stop in that virtual check-in. So for example, first period's 10:05 to 10:25. Stop in. We can't make you, but your teacher's there. So click on the link and speak with them. Period 2 is 10:30 to 10:50. Period 3 is 10:55 to 11:15. We have lunch and wellness after that. Period 4 is 12:30 to 12:50. Period 5 is 12:55 to 1:15. Period 6 is 1:20 to 1:40. Period 7 is 1:45 to 2:05. And then counseling has their own little time there from 2:10 to 2:30 if you need to speak with them, and they have their links available as well. So this is a day we recommend you to actually check in with every teacher, just to make sure you know what's going on. The virtual schedule is brand new to us, and it's a lot of details. I don't see anything wrong with stopping in for 1 minute to make sure your grades and everything you need for the week is set. So make sure you check out Wednesdays. You're not required, but we would really like to see students just drop in and say hi for a second to make sure they know what's going on. Other things to pay attention in the schedule is lunch and wellness. 11:15 to 12:30 every day is lunch and wellness. I suggest if you have like a phone on you or iPhone that you can set an alarm for 12:15 to give you a 15-minute heads up that you need to start logging back in to get ready for a 12:30 class. I think it's really important, mainly because if you're walking to the different schools for food or for lunch, sometimes that walk can be a little long, and we want to make sure you get back in time and not miss that class. So you do get an hour and 15 minutes, it looks like, for lunch. So teachers, for the moment, feel free to go ahead and stop this video and review the schedule with your students to make sure they understand Monday, Thursdays, Tuesday, Fridays, our Wednesdays, our lunch and wellness, and any of the focus support counseling times or individual work times. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. Feel free to go ahead and go over the schedule with the students on that. All right, welcome back. So we talked about the regular schedule. Now let's talk about next week's schedule specifically. Next week's schedule is now going to look different than the one we just had, right? So the first thing you're going to notice next week is Monday. There is no school Monday. So don't log into Zoom. I won't be here, and your teachers won't be here. Don't log in. However, Tuesday, we start back to school, and it's a normal Tuesday. You would think that Tuesday we should probably start with period 1. We don't. We keep Tuesday the same day because Tuesday is typically starts with period 5. So you will go to period 5 on Tuesday. After that, you go to period 6, 7, and then that homeroom. It's a normal day. Why does that happen? Because when you miss a day of school, we take that Wednesday, that virtual learning day out. So Tuesday will be period 5. Wednesday, we make up period 1, 2, 3, 4 because we missed Monday. And then Thursday's the same. And then Friday's the same. So my question to you is, where do you go on Tuesday? What classroom is the first classroom you go to? If you said period 5, I heard those responses. If you said period 5, you are correct. On Tuesday, you go to period 5. Do we have virtual check-ins this coming Wednesday? If you said we don't, you are correct. We are not having virtual check-ins this Wednesday. Why is that, though? Yes, that is correct. You said that we missed school on Monday. So when we miss a day of school, that virtual check-in Wednesday day becomes the day that we missed. Very good. And my last question is, what days of the week is homeroom? Good. Homeroom is on Tuesdays and Fridays from 1:40 to 2:40. On your actual paper schedule, it says HR, homeroom. It's at the very top of those little boxes. So homeroom is technically your 8th period, but it's listed on your schedule as HR for homeroom. Good job. And teachers, feel free to freeze this again and review the schedule for anything that you think is important with the students. Welcome back again. We talked about the counselors have their own links for assistance, their own Zoom links to help students. Teachers have access to this at any time, but we also wanted to show you as well that Ms. Fisher, Ms. Qureshi, and Mr. Purdy, and Mr. Rossini have their own links. They're here, so if you want to take a screenshot of them, go ahead, but remember your teachers have access to them and they can send them to you as well. And the last thing that we wanted to take time and show you is that our school knew that we were going to start virtually. And one of the things that's really hard for us is getting to know our students. So we thought about you guys and we were thinking, maybe we could do something for our students where they could see our faces. So we created a school Google site. It's a virtual site where you get information like the week's school schedule, but also you get videos of your teachers and you got welcome videos from your principals, and we even put a funny video in there. So I'm going to show you what that looks like and share it with you right now. Before your teacher shares this link with you, you're going to notice that we have a home page. And on the home page, it talks about some things for our 6th graders. We had parent orientation. There are some resources. If you click here, I need help with my MCPS classroom, parent view, student view, or Zoom. You can click on this link and it takes you to those different pages about the different apps that you may have issues with. And then these are old slides about our summer orientation for 6th graders, how to read my student schedule. If you need help with that, it is right there as well. If you click on the welcome video, this is a funny video that you get to see a teacher in a cougar suit welcome you to your first day of school. It's not like it is normally when we're in the building, but you'll see a lot of the cougar are doing a lot of funny things in school. Check it out. A hello from Miss Hayden Williams, Miss Peyton Hopkins, our principals, our 6th grade counselors and team leaders, our 7th grade team leaders and counselors, and our 8th grade team leaders and counselors. Meet your teachers is really important because you have 8 teachers and there are also more teachers in the building that you may see, especially for PE and health. You see all the PE and health teachers together. So check out your teachers by department and click on the videos. There's about some teachers there, so check it out. It's really neat. Miss Ellis and Miss Hooks work in our media center, and they are active middle school library for you after it loads up here. So if you click on the link here, it will take you to Miss Ellis and Miss Hooks Interactive Library, and there's so many things that you can check out there, different reading recommendations, different websites. They have their own YouTube videos. I recommend you checking out Media Center as well. The next one is after school clubs. We are getting into some virtual interscholastic sports and some clubs coming up soon this year. They haven't been offered out yet, but it is coming soon. So be patient on that information. It will probably come out through the next homeroom to students very soon. We have a parent page, so if your parents have questions, send them here. This has some information about my MCPS classroom, free and reduced meals, you know, the different resources, parent view, student view, Zoom. So if they have issues or they're struggling with something, send them here. They might be able to get the information before they have to email a teacher. And the last one is frequently asked questions. There's a link here. If you click on it, which I won't do, it takes you to a Google form. And if you have a question that you feel like is not being answered in school, send it right there. Mr. Gibbons and other team leaders, we check it about once every 24 hours, once every 2 days, and we update here the questions that people have had. So far over the summer, somebody said, how will I get my schedule? When will we get the student supply list? When can I pick up Chromebooks? On the first day of school, what do I do? So we answer people's questions as we go along the way. With that being said, teachers, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you freeze the video. You can go to the link and click on it and just hit Control-C and go into the chat and hit Control-V and press enter. It'll allow the students to have the Google virtual site and let them explore the rest of the class. But before you let them do that, we wanted to say we look forward to having a positively year with you guys. It's going to be different virtually. Please be patient. Take this first week and this next week to really study the schedules that you have. Ask questions to your teachers. And if you can, stop in with the counselor. We're all here to support you. It's different and it can be tough, but we're going to get through it. And I know we're going to get to school when it's safe as soon as possible. So have a great day. Thank you for following along. And remember, no school on Monday. Tuesday is a normal day. Start with that 5th period first. All right. Have a great day.